Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today's daily, which is Tenths and Trees. It is December 19th. We're getting through this month pretty quick, and this year is almost over. I'm thinking that's a good thing for multiple reasons, but let's get into this guy. Let's get our free coins. Let's see what we've got here. We're going to go down. We're going to go a couple down because there's a small one in here yet. These 7x7s and 11x11s, and then we'll come back to the other ones that are getting big. So we've got a lot to do today, so let's jump into it. All right, let's see. Let's just start and do some clearing and see if we can see anything while we're doing that. And then we'll just kind of run along. So there's 2 and 2, so these guys are both out. This guy has to be in. This guy has to be in. One of you will be in, so you're out. This guy now has to be the one of those 2s, which forces you, and you. And we have one more right there. Very good. Let's get to the next one. Our little warm up here. Let's start kicking away this 4 here and see what comes. Yeah, we can just do that guy. So let's plop all those in. We'll do a little bit cleanup because I think, yeah, this 1 is done as well. That's going to push you and get rid of all of this. And the 2 says we can get rid of you. Didn't mean to hit you, but we can do that anyway. What about this 5? Nah, we can get rid of all of these guys, but that's about it. Let's do a little bit of cleanup, see if this 2 in here might be of use. Yeah, we can get rid of you. And then all of this stuff in here. No, not you. Go away. We don't want you. All right, yeah, the 4 here, now that we've done all that cleanup, is obvious that we can just plop those guys in. That's probably going to tell us some things that's going on around here. Yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff now we can do. So let's get all this stuff here. Corner, this 2 is just done, so that pushes you. This 2 now is just done, so let's get rid of those guys. Now, this... Ooh, I thought I saw something I didn't. Okay, we've got to figure out what's the 4 is done. One of these, one of those, one of those, one of those. I don't see... Oh, right here. This guy here. That forces everything. That's going to push you 2 in. That's going to say these 2 have to be in. And that's it. Pardon me. Alrighty, let's go back up here. We'll do this one. If we have time, maybe we'll come back to this guy. It's not big or anything, but we've got other larger ones to get into, so we're going to do that. Start with the 0 and the 5 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can just put those in. Then we'll start to do some more cleaning and see if these other ones, like this 5, might tell us anything. Gets rid of a couple of things here and there, but that's probably about it on him for the moment. So let's just keep doing that cleaning. And then we'll go from there. All right, let's try to find something else in here. One's there. Let's go. I haven't looked up to down. You can't be in. Not you. Not you. Is there a restriction here? I don't think. No, yeah, you can't be in because of the 3. It's a tiny little bit. I don't know if it tells us too much. This guy can't be in because of the 2. We might be able to get rid of some of these guys here. Yeah, you can't be in because of the 3. You can't be in because of the 3. And you can't be in because of the 3. Okay. Does that tell us anything about these other guys going across now? Don't know if they do. The 2 still has multiples. This guy still has multiples. Okay, let's find something else then we can get into. There's going to be something in this area, I'm sure of it. 2, 3. Okay, you can't be in because of the 5. Again, that should get... Yeah, there we finally... Now we have something on this 2 we can do, which might be enough to give us this 3 as well. Yeah, because we have to just do this, this, and this now to finalize it. That pushes these guys in, and it's going to set off a big old chain reaction. These guys are all done, so let's click them out. Let's finish this 3. That finishes the 1. You can't ever be in. And the 4 is just done, so let's put those in. That finishes you. Oh, I wish this, whatever coldy thing would go away. It's getting really annoying at this stage. You can't be in, so you are. Let's pushes you in. That finishes you. The 3 is done. That 3 takes on one of those. You have to be done. That you can't be in, so that's in, that's out, in. Okay. Whew. All right, we got 7s and 6s, so let's take a look at those after we put some of this obvious stuff in. That's a corner piece. The 1 is now actually just done, so let's just keep rolling down this line until we run out of something to do. We might already be there, but that's fine. We got some work that we did that we can then probably incorporate now. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, this 7 is good to go, so let's just throw all those in. That's going to get rid of everything here and throw the 1 back, which finishes the 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is done. For the most part. You're there, you're there, you have to go there, you were there, you were there, so you have to be here. That means you have to be here. The 6 is done. Okay. Now, you're there, you're there, you're there, so you have to be here. Is this 7 done? It is. Well, at least to an extent. We know the one of those and one of those, and this one can't be in, so it forces those 2 to be done. So now that is good to go. Let's continue our cleanup process. And then we'll jump back into some of those smaller digits we have looking down and might be able to pick something out from there. All right, let's get rid of all this stuff. And I think that's most of it. Now let's regroup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you 2 are out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to be in. One of those 2 and one of those 2. So you're out. Ooh, this guy's out. And this 3 says you 2 are now in. So let's put those. Can I help you? Text message. I think it's about some fantasy football or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you guys are out. Man. What else we got? 4's not you. I don't think you. No, I thought I had some on the 3. I don't. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you 2 can't be in. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, no, not you. Okay. That probably, yeah, that cleaned up enough to give us this 3. That should be enough then to reciprocate back to some of those other guys I was just looking at. Like you have to be in your corner, which forces you and you. That 3's done. One of those 2 has to be in. One of these 2 has to be in. You're out of here. This 4 is just done, which forces these guys in. The 2 now says you and you. The 3 then finishes. The 2 is done, which gives us these guys. I'm going to check on this one here in a second. I don't want to blindly click on it. We can just use the 3. I was going to run through the options to make sure this was the right one, but it is, so we're good there. This is the last 2. The 4 is done. That's a corner. There's going to be something else in these guys we can just have a gimme for, so let's find those. One of those 2, so you're out. You can't ever be in, so you 2 are, which forces the rest of these. Good. All right, that was the pack, okay. Got distracted and forgot where I was. Okay, let's keep rolling. Let's go to you. And let's see what we've got here. We've got some 5s we might be able to do some work with, so let's start picking off those guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can get rid of a bunch of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not you. What about this 5? Yeah, the 5 here is just a good to go. Go away. Get rid of all this stuff, and that should open up a bunch of other stuff to get into. You're there, so that forces you. You can never be in, so you, and you. And you, and you. And you. That's a corner. Go away. I don't think we know what these guys are yet, so we might just have to do a little bit of cleaning and look at these other clues to differentiate. Corner, corner. Corner given. Given. Corner. This guy's a gimme. Why was he a gimme? Why wasn't this one in? That's what I'm trying to... Oh, maybe it was this 5. Yeah, it was this 5. Okay. Had to try to remember again. So that forces you. And you and you. 3 is done. That's going to get us going on these guys. You. All of these can now go away. You have to be in. You have to be in. You and you can't be, so you and you are. You're out, you're in. And let's see, which one of these guys is going to tell us the next move? This 4 is going to tell us you are in, and one of you 2, so you're out. One of you 2, so you're out. You just have to be in here, and so do you. This has to be the 1. This has to be the final 4. These 2 are for the 3. And you have to be the last one for that 4. Now we should just be able to figure out these guys. Yep. Good. I think it was an 18 by 18. Okay. We've got some 6s and some 7s, so let's start digging into those guys. Now, do we have anything that's just a given around the edges first? Don't see anything, but we do have some stuff we can clean out. So let's start looking down the 7s and the 6 lines first. Yep, this 7 is good. So let's just hit it. All of these guys can go. And did that tell us anything? I don't think so, because we can have options down there. You're a corner, by the way. You guys are just no-goes. So are you all. All right, here we have something that's a given, which should tell us something about here. Yeah, you have to be in. You're there, so you and you have to be in. And we know one of those will finish the 7. We might have this 6 that we could work with if we clean this guy up a little bit. So maybe we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we do. Let's get those out of here. You go away. You're a corner. There's tons of cleanup we can do, but I was trying to keep mostly to the obviousness of some of these, but that doesn't always work. You, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not quite on you. Okay. This guy was necessary for the 6. And then it was one of those 2 is left over. Again, this conglomeration down here, we don't quite know what's doing on it yet. Okay. Let's do some more cleaning. And then we will come back and start looking again at some of these other 5s and 6s. Maybe we start with this 6 looking at crossed, actually. Not great. We can get rid of a couple of things there. All right, let's get all this stuff out of here, and then we'll regroup as we go. You, and some stuff down here as well. Okay, all of that is now done, so let's, or as far as I can tell, so let's go back and start seeing if we can figure out where we need to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this 5 is the key. Put all those guys in. All of this can go. That's a corner spot, which means you are in. One of these 2 is in, so you guys are out. You guys are out. Okay. Now that, oh, finish this 1. That should be good, right? Maybe. Corner. Did that actually do anything? Tell us anything, I should say. Not necessarily, but it cleaned some stuff out, so maybe there's more to it across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, now this 6 is good. Get those guys out of here. Let's do more cleaning. One of those 2 is in, so you're out. Again, this thing is still not really determined. So we need to find something else we can hang our hat on. Do we have anything going up and down on one of these guys now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just removes you. That's actually useful because it tells us both these are in. And that finalizes our 5, actually. So that was good. That's going to give us you, and that might set off some fireworks here. Or at least a little bit. Okay, no, not the 2. You're still there. You're still there. Not you yet. What about this 6? I don't know if we looked at the 6 yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means you're out and you're out. Don't think that's enough on that one yet. Okay. Let's see. What else do we... Oh, wait. Here are given. Just noticed you. Oh, this 3 is done. I didn't even see that. That's going to tell us a few things. It's going to tell us a couple of things, I guess, was the correct terminology there. 1, 2. No. Okay, now this 6 is good to go. Let's do all of that. That pushes you, you, and you. 3, 4, 5, 6. Not you yet. You're still lurking over here. Okay. Oh, wait, you are out now. Do we have anything else like that? I don't feel like we do. Something down here had to have opened up. We just gotta... What was it, is the question. Again, we can't really determine which ones these guys all go to yet, so it's kind of hard to make some determinations. You're just out, by the way. Just noticed you. Does that help our 4? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, it does. These 2 can't be in, which forces these to be in. That finishes the 2. Some point we're going to get something here that's going to get this guy moving in the right direction. We just got to get there. Now, maybe it cleaned up something for this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You and you are both out. This guy has to be in. You have to be in. We're getting close here. I can feel it in the air tonight. Where are you? What are these other ones? Must have opened up. 3, 4, 5. The 2 is. Yes, there we go. And I think that now tells us this 5. Once we do this little bit of cleanup over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That's going to push you, one of you, so you're out. And yeah, you're still not quite there, are you? You have one of those 2. Well, we know one of those 2 is in, but I don't think that tells us enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That guy still doesn't want to give up the ghost. Oh wait, here, we can do this guy. I thought these guys were connected together, but this is its own little entity. So you're there, so you have to be in. That's going to set things off. Or a little bit. That finalized that 6 at least. Again, we know one of those 2 is in. 2 is done. The 5 now is good to go. Puts you in at least. Okay. Now, where is this last bit? You're done. One of you 2 has to be in. Maybe we can determine this because, again, I thought these were all linked together, but they're not. You're there, you're there. Yeah, that's what it was. You have to go there. Let's go back because I lost track. You, to you, to you, to you. You're there. You have to go to there. You have to go to there. You go to there. So both of you. Okay. Yeah, I guess it was there the entire time. I just didn't see the connection. Or I saw a connection that wasn't actually there. Okay, that was that pack. So I think we're now moving into our no grass, no mow. So let's do that. We've got an 8x8 and 10x10. This one's a smaller, slightly smaller one, but we'll do this other one first. See if we can get through those. Give us ourselves a little bit of a challenge there. You, and one of you 2. So it has to be you. You have to be here. And okay, let's Can we figure out what these guys do? We know one of those two is there, but I think that's all we know. We know one of these two is in, so you can't be. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not quite enough. What about this one here, maybe? Yeah, there it is. None of these can be in, so you are, which means you're there. What about this one now? You're out, you know, no. Yep, that's the same thing. You have to be here. Can we keep rolling with the ones? I don't think we can at this stage now. I think this guy has options. We know one of these two is for that one. What about this two? Yeah, because now we can use that. Because if we know one of these two has to be in for that one, because none of any of these other ones can be, that means this guy can't be in for this two, because it removed both options. Well, now that means you, and you are all out. You're in. All right, okay. Well, we can go back to the two now, because I was going to say one of these two has to be in, but obviously the zero's there, so that puts you out. You now can't be in, so you have to be in for that one. So that finishes all of you off. This one, we just know it's one of those two. What about the two, maybe? Nah, because we have... no, we don't have three options. Again, that zero comes into play. It's these two. So you guys are both in. Now those guys are all done for. We've got to be able to finish this two, right? Yeah, because you, and you can't ever be in, so you are, which forces you to be to you to be to you, and you to be to you. Doesn't really matter. We need to correlate these two back now and finish it. All right, let's get into this 10 by 10, see if we can get through it. Okay, let's look at the threes first. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those is the only possibility, so it's going to have to be that. So it's one of these plus these two. And, well, I think we know what these can be, because we think about, what if this guy didn't have a tent from these guys? Well, that one, and that one would all be out. Well, it doesn't matter about that one, but you get the point. That one would have to be in, but then this guy would be done for. So you have to connect to here, and you have to connect to here. That's the case. You connect here. And that means this guy has to go here. You have to go there. You have to go here, and you have to go here. Now let's try to work through the rest of these, because this guy needs a tent, and it can't be any of those guys, so you go there. That means you have to be here. What about you? Can't be here, here, or here, so it has to go there. Okay. Now, this two and this one are done, so this guy just has to be here. This two is probably just done for, right? Yeah, because you have to go there. I was trying to think about this three, because we need two more on this three line, so there's only two places they can go. Not you, you and you. Does that tell us what this guy is? Yep, it has to go here to finish that two off. This three has to finish, so it has to go there. The two now is going to be, okay, we use the one up here. Obviously, it can't be any of those, so it's going to be one of these two. Because this one is done, it means you're in. Does that tell us what these guys are? I think it does, right? Because you, and you are all out, so you have to be in. That finishes all that. This guy needs a space. It has to go here. You need a space. You go there. Perfect. All right, so we got through that pack pretty quick. Let's try the other one. Hopefully it goes as well. All right. So, where are we starting? Normally we'd start with the three, but I don't think we can say anything on this one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities. That's not great. The two doesn't help us. This two doesn't seem to help us. Does the zero do something for us? Because none of these can be in. Which means you can't be in for you, because you take up everything for this guy, which means you have to be in for there. That then says you have to go here. And now maybe this one is doable. Yep, because all this is done. So you go here. You now have to be one of those two, so that finishes the 1, which means you have to go there. And that then forces you here. That's going to push this guy, because those are done, so now it's going to be you and you. Those guys, that's going to push this guy, which pushes this guy, pushes this guy. Now one of these two will finalize the 3. One of these, well, only one of these two can be for the 1 because of that guy. So if one of those has to be in, you can never be in because you take off both of them. So therefore this one has to be. That means you have to go here and you have to go there. That's going to mean this 1 has to go here. Now I think we just need to finish this 2 and it has to go there. Very good. All right, let's see if we can do a clean sweep on the no grass ones today. Fingers crossed, because it's never an easy thing to do. One of the, well, 1, 2, and 3. So this one has to be in. Now, can we say which one of those is which? Yeah, it has to be to that guy, because it wouldn't have any other places to go if it wasn't. That means you have to be here. You know, you have to be one of those two. You could be one of those or this guy. But we know that these are both in, because we just said those are the only 3 options, which means you are there and you have to be here. That then says you have to be over here. Can we determine what's going on with these guys? Yeah, similar to this guy. This has to go to this guy, because otherwise it has nothing else to go to, which means you have to be here. Good. Now, what other of these clues? What about this 2 now? Because all of those are out. So this one has to be in one of those 2, and it can't be you, so it's you. Good. That means you have to be here. And we've used most of our clues now. We've still got quite a bit here, so we might have to figure out the negative constraints of all of these guys. So you could be in for the 1. You can't be. You could be. And of course you guys can't, so that's not going to work. None of those are in, so one of these 2 has to be in for you, and it can't be you, so it's you. That's going to tell us one of those 2 for you, and it can't be you again, so it's you. One of these 2 has to be you. One of these 2 has to be you. One of, well, yeah, it has to be this one still again for that 1, which is going to mean this guy is left over in here. Yep, there we go. Cool. All right, pretty good today. We got through everything, all the no grasses and everything else. I mean, we didn't do that one other smaller one, but we're at a half-hour mark, so it's not really a big deal. We hardly ever do this one anyway, so it's not like I'm too worried about it. But anyway, that was Tents and Trees for December 19th. Hope you all enjoyed that one, and as usual, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.